activities nga pwede nimo magamit ang confidential funds ay as your expenses. And if you go back to the testimony, kaning mga activity, it's more on surveillance and protecting the Vice President herself. So ang question, what did the country and what did the whole country what did the whole country got from securing surveillance when it comes to the Vice President visiting certain areas? Ang gigamitan sa mga kuan, kaning mga activity, ang pag-strengthen o pag-partner with the police and with the military with her more than 400 security guards. So makita ninyo dito sa ilang pagpresenta, kining mga activity, like for example, going to Davao City to visit the inauguration of a certain bridge, then kinahanglan nila mag-partner og PNP og military because they thought na naaday mga terorista diha, kay muadto siya diha by using her VSPG na itabo ni prior to the release of the confidential funds. So even if makaingon ka na these are the activities that they have laid down, dilipod sulod sa saktong sa saktong date kung kanus pwede ma-release, magamit ang confidential funds. If we follow their logic and if we follow their argument, ang one explanation that we can gather from that is that gi-reimburse ang confidential funds, no? Sa mga activities nga ilang gihimo. Pangalawa, second, dili pwede sa ruling sa joint circular na imong gamiton ang confidential funds to augment the expenses for an already hired employees of your office. The VSPG has which amounting to more than 400 at that time security guards personnel, and these are composed of military men, and some are actually military men have already been hired by the Vice President. And if the explanation and argument of the defense kay ato na silang paminangon, ibig sabihin the confidential funds have been used and have been used for simply for surveillance purposes and to augment also the expenses that are required by the VSPG. So dili pwede, very clear na kay kung kinahanglan nimo maggamit ng confidential fund, it has to be dedicated to a certain activity that is not regularly done by the PNP and the EFP. Kay ang purpose ng confidential funds kay to augment, to assist, to help AFP and the PNP in whatever police or security institution in order that they can actually facilitate the intention to really counter lawless elements in our countries. So wala po siya nakasunod, di ba? Mostly these are surveillance and these are being done. This can be done by the VSPG without necessarily getting a confidential funds. Even if without the confidential funds, mao man na ang gihimo sa iyang mga security guard. Tree planting, Christmas party. These are administrative matters and these are events that can be conducted even without the confidential funds. So that's number one. Number two, even up to now, wala sila nakasubmit o nakahatag og mga resibo o OR, official invoice, to prove na kaning mga informants who have chosen to receive as a form of payment for information, of payment for reward, chosen to receive instead of cash compensation, chose to receive medicines or mga goods and other provisions. So I think klaro to nga gidistinguish sa COA kung unsay difference sa pag-purchase of information o reward. Wala nila gi-flag, wala nila gi-issuehan ng suspension ang mga transactions involving purchase of information. Ang ilang gipangayo nga mga dokumento katong mga expenses that have covered by the reward. So kana ang distinction, ang purchase of information kay mo palit man kag impormasyon. So you don't need, I think you don't need to for ICFAO, you don't need to provide the unnecessary documents. But when you talk about reward, you really have to prove that the event is successful. Kay mao naman na ang ilang gi-apply sa tanan nga agencies na ilahang gi-audit. All agencies that we have audited, insofar as the reward, ang makita nila dito sa expenses, utilization, gipangayo nangayo ang ICFAO og document evidencing success. So mao na dapat ang klaro what the defense did kay gimix nila, that's why makita ninyo si Attorney Kapunan, she was actually quick on the draw. She immediately object na misleading na, di na pwede. Kay we thought the ICFAO is testifying on the reward. You're asking about the purchase of information, and your question is actually linked to the reward. So makonfuse ang tao ana. No. So number 3, from the very start, dili pwede nga ang special disbursement officer iyang i-delegate sa lain nga tao ang iyang obligation to utilize the confidential funds. So from the very start, dili to pwede. Si SDO Fajarda sa DepEd, iyan ang turn over ang kwarta on the last quarter of 2022, which amounts to 500 million kang Colonel Nolasco. Si Miss Gina Acosta, nga Special Disbursement Officer from the OBP over the confidential funds, iyan ang gi-turn over ang 125 million kang Colonel La Chica. So, unsay nahitabo ana from COA's point of view, dili pwede na kay that would make the expenses irregular because in the first place, Colonel La Chica and Colonel Nolasco are just simply individuals insofar as the joint circular is concerned. They're not even mentioned as a legitimate or as a delegated personality to assist these two SDOs in utilizing the confidential funds. So, dilipod na matransferable. So, ibig sabihin, even if you have the source is legal, but the way by which it was utilized through Colonel Nolasco and Colonel La Chica, because they are not delegated the employees, they are not being recognized by the joint circular, it makes the utilization unlawful expenses. So makitaan yun din ito, even if you go back to the very core of the issue, which is the transferring of these funds to these two individuals who have no legal obligation to receive and to spend the confidential funds.
Okay. Salamat kong no, and then natay kauban gikan sa Bombo Radio Coronadal kong pinagi ni Bombo Bing Indaya kay naapod sila pangutana. Bombo Radio Coronadal, Bombo Bing Indaya sa inyong pangutana, go ahead.
Salamat, Bombo Pet. Mayong buntag, Representative Adyong, sir.
Maayong buntag, diya sa Coronadal.
Opo, in sa pangutana po ni Bombo Pet, no, among pangutana po, kay gipunting sa depensa, nga wala gi-flag down sa COA, no, kining mga questionabling pangalan nga makitan sa acknowledgement receipt, sama sa Mary Grace Piatos, og Superman. Ingon man kining mga report nga disbursement nga gihimo sa samang adlaw apan sa lain-laing mga probinsya. Ang kapakyasan ba, Representative Adyong, sa COA sa pag-flag down ni ini nga mga irregularidad, nagpalig-on ba sa posisyon sa depensa o nagtuo ang prosecution nga kini mga seryosong pangutana bahin sa authenticity o credibility sa mga dokumento po?
Well, in the first place, kanang mga kanang mga ngalan nga ni gawas, Mary Grace Piatos, Kokoy Villamin, kanang sina Miko Harina, nigawas ng mga pangalan during the investigation of the good government, where nag-ingon ang PSA nga walay mga documents aning mga tao aning nga mga pangalan nga nigawas diha as informants. Wala sila in documents proving that these identities or these names are indeed living and existing. No? Secondly, kaning sa COA, ingon sila nga they didn't have any way of proving kung tinuod ni mga tao kay wala man pod nag-submit ang Office of the Vice President of Department of Education of documents proving that, for example, Kokoy Villamit has received confidential funds from both the OVP and the DepEd in two separate locations on the same day with different signatures. Ha? Wala sila nag-submit ng mga documents for ECFAO to prove na naigid mga informants aningalan og nakadawat sila. Thirdly, ang gilang giingon, ang gilang gi-flag kay katong mga acknowledgement receipts, like for example, Miko Harina, who has received supplies with worth amounting to I think 250 as a form of reward. So mao to ang gilang gipangayo nga mga documents proving na kini si Miko Harina nakadawat og 250, if I'm not mistaken, worth of provisional supplies as a form of reward. So asa ninyo palit? Asa na palit ning mga supplies, tables and chairs, no? Asa ning mga resibo nga si Miko Harina ay nag-receive og inani nga form of reward instead of cash. So mo to ang atong i-clarify, no? Mo to atong i-determine. Fourthly, in the coming trial days, makita niyo diha kay wa pa man ta nagsugod og other testimonies from other witnesses proving that these acknowledgement receipts may have reflected names that do not necessarily prove an existence of a particular informant or person. And wala pa nato na na-discuss in the trial, but these have already been discussed during the good government hearings and during the confirmation hearings of the Committee on Justice, where NBI experts have said that based on the assessment of the 4,000, more than 2,000 from the OVP, if I'm not mistaken, or DepEd, and more than amounting to 4,000 all in all acknowledgement receipts, based on their evaluation and assessment on the specimen of these signatures, by randomly selecting ARs, they have come up with a official report that these ARs have been signed by one person, up to 7 person, as opposed to the number of ARs that bears signatures of different individuals. Secondly, what patan nagstorya diha sa trial kung unsa ning mga ARs na walay ngalan pero nay pirma. Di ba? Nagyud pirma, nay date pero walay ngalan. Napay mga ARs diha na nakadawat silang ARs before the actual releases of the confidential funds. Kung saan nila pag-explain na. Number 5. Napatay mga ARs diha nga one received in Lawag, the other one received in Masbate, the other one received in Davao, the other one received in Olongapo City, the other one received in Quezon and in NCR, all in the same day. So wapat ta diya nagsugod og discussion ana sa korte. The reason why the court took judicial notice of all the hearings of the good government and also the confirmation hearings of the Committee on Justice is they have actually acknowledged that some testimonies of witnesses that have yet to be presented in the court have given details on why the confidential funds in relation to the acknowledgement receipts are dubious and questionable, especially with names that bears the same spelling, same family name, same first name, but different signatures received on different dates. Some have received on the same date but different locations. So meaning to say, if you are a common person, ordinary person looking at these ARs, you would probably determine by yourself that there's something fishy going on around here. No? Makaingon gid ka. But the ICFAO's primary obligation and mandate is to look into the documents and then compare the documents with the number of releases and then the expenses of the confidential funds with the necessary documentary evidence proving the success of this event or of this activity. Why is COA doing that? Because they have been doing that on different agencies before. Why is the COA doing that? Because it is the people's money. I would actually question COA if they are not strict about it. Ang gusto sa defense, maging loose ang auditing process ng COA. Would you want that? Would you all want COA to be more lenient about imposing the auditing process? No, we would not want that. And even during the testimony of Mr. Mawil, remember when he was asked, concerning joint circular, kung yung pag-audit ninyo, is it substantial compliance or strict compliance? Ang ingon niya, confidential funds, though it is legal, but is also some sort of a restricted fund because it is specifically guided by a joint circular, so it has to be strictly compliant ang pag-utilize sa confidential funds. So that's why the COA is very strict.
Salamat kay nahatagan mig dugang nga mga impormasyon ug pagklaro. So kung kaubang gihapon nato ang atong mga istasyon, Bombo Radio Davao, Bombo Radio Malaybalay, Bukidnon, Bombo Radio Butuan, Bombo Radio Coronadal, Bombo Radio General Santos ug Bombo Radio Cebu. Kauban nato itong mga Star FM stations, ang Star FM Dipolog, Star FM Zamboanga, Star FM Davao, o Star FM Cotabato. Kung daghan, salamat sa paghatag sa imong oras o sa pagpaambit sa inyong mga panglantaw ngadto sa atong mga tigpaminawan o viewers sa tibuok nasod bahin sa nagpadayon nga impeachment trial ni Vice President Duterte. Representative Zia Alonto Adyong.
Dagang salamat. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, good morning sir. Thank you.
Okay.
So sa ngalan sa kinatibukang pwersa sa Bombo Radio Star FM station sa Mindanao o Bombo Radio Cebu, kini si Bombo Pete Gambe sa Bombo Radio Cagayan de Oro, Pastor Radio, Bombo!
Inyong nabati ha.